Hey everyone, welcome to a special video where I'll be giving all my suggestions for balance changes in Sonic Force's speed battle. At the end of the video, I'll give suggestions on how I personally would go about running the game in the future with making new updates, characters, game modes, etc. And a quick disclaimer, this is all my opinion, you are allowed to disagree with me. With that said, let's get started with the video. Now, before we get into the balance changes, first we need to understand my opinion on the current state of speed battle. So I threw together this tier list. Here is my current opinion on every character in the game. Feel free to pause here and look at it better. But either way, the top 3 tiers are where the most nerfs are going to be happening, most likely. And then everything else will either be staying the same or the few that are getting a buff. Alright, so I'm going to be doing these balance changes from the most important to the least important. So I'm going to start with everything that's like super overpowered, and then I'm going to get into things that just need slight changes or tweaks, and then finally I'll do buffs at the end. Let's get started. First up, we have the guy who's been destroying the game recently, Snowdrift Sonic. Snowdrift overall is just a problem. Snowball can't be jumped over or slid underneath. Gift Wrap is super fast and gets speed upgrades. And Festive Forest, do I even need to explain? Now, how would I fix this? I would simply make it to where that Snowball is jumpable, reduce the speed of Gift Wrap, and then reduce the damage of Festive Forest, and heavily reduce the chance of there being a gift. Only 1 in every 8 Festive Forests will have a gift. This will fix Snowdrift hopefully and make him much more tolerable to race against. In other fixes, I have fixed the hitbox of Festive Forest. The hitbox is so weird for some reason. Next up, we have DJ Vector and Punk Zazz together, because they're both basically the same character. They both have the same problem. Beat and Bass Boost is way too long, which is just stupid. It's the same duration as the audio cue that comes with the boost. And then Audio Assault is insanely spammable. It gets pickups for some reason. I need to remind you that this item goes through walls, does a lot of damage, and does the silencing effect. So the solution to these problems is to remove the pickups from Audio Assault completely. No more pickups, it's already good enough on its own. And then to cut the duration of Beat and Bass Boost in half. This will hopefully stop them from spamming like crazy, and then also stop them from sandbagging / passing you last second because their boost is so long. Next is Surge. The problem with Surge is that she clutch boosts way too easily. Power Surge is too fast for a mini boost, and Volt Bolt has a really annoying hitbox along with being fast and having a long duration. The combination of 10 speed, 9 acceleration, a fast mini boost, and a fast boost is way too powerful, even with the 5-second cooldown she has on her items whenever she uses Power Surge. The solution to these problems is to reduce the speed of Power Surge, remove pickups from Power Surge, reduce the duration of Volt Bolt, and reduce the speed of Volt Bolt. This will keep her from clutch boosting so easily, as well as keeping her from running away so fast. She already gets Power Surge in both her projectile and trap slots, so there's no need for any pickups on Power Surge. In other fixes, I have to fix Volt Bolt's hitbox. The hitbox is very janky and makes the boost hard to shield through. Next up, we have Sir Galahad. The problem with Sir Galahad is obvious. He has a very long AoE boost that steals rings, and a projectile that can't be jumped over or slid underneath. The solution to these problems is to give the boost Psychic Surge the same treatment that Blazing Aura on Sir Percival got. Reduce the duration, reduce the acceleration, and reduce the damage. First projectile, Psychic Strike, make it jumpable. This will stop Galahad from literally running over every single person in his path when he uses his boost, and make his projectile less annoying by letting us jump over it. Next up, Boscage Maze Sonic. This character is so stupid. The damage reduction we got back in October was nice, but that didn't solve his main problem. That problem being Sharp Shelter spawns way too close to its target and can't be jumped over or slid underneath. The solution to this problem is to increase the spawn distance of Sharp Shelter and let us slide under it by making the hole at the bottom of the tree visible to everyone. Only the Boscage that used it will get a shield from going through the hole, but it will be visible to everyone as a way to dodge the tree without switching lanes. This will make Sharp Shelter much less annoying and make it a fair item to dodge. Next up is Dragon Hunter Lancelot. This character has a few problems that all come back to one item, Red Dragon. Red Dragon is hard to see, can't be jumped over or slid underneath, and has a lot of range, especially when it comes back. Combining this with storm clouds on rail sections creates a 4-lane block, where you either have to choose to get hit by Red Dragon or storm clouds. The solution to these problems is to reduce the range of Red Dragon and make Red Dragon jumpable. This will eliminate those annoying rail combos with storm clouds, as well as helping people not get hit from super far away with the reduced range. In other fixes, I have making Red Dragon more visible. It's very hard to see and also has a quiet sound effect. Next we have Quarterback Zavok, a character they overbuffed back in the October 2022 balance patch. Quarterback Zavok's problem is from one item, his boost Brutal Blitz. Brutal Blitz gets guaranteed pickups and has a 2-second duration per use thanks to the buff. The solution to this problem is to simply revert Brutal Blitz to its original state. The boost gets shorter when it's upgraded to compensate for the extra pickups. This will make the boost balanced again. Next is Longclaw, another overbuffed character from the October 2022 balance patch. Longclaw's problems all stem from one item, Cyclone Charge. Cyclone Charge is hard to see, does a lot of damage, has pickups, and gives the Longclaw that used it a boost when she hits herself. The solution to these problems is to heavily reduce the pickups, only leaving a chance of 2 on max level, reduce the damage, and reduce the speed buff. This will prevent her from spamming a ton of Cyclone Charges and getting a ton of boosts from hitting herself over and over. In other fixes, I have to make Cyclone Charge more visible. It's really hard to see on your opponent's screen, especially with the snow on the tracks during the holidays. Next up is Tangle. This character has been broken for a very long time and has never been nerfed. They actually buffed her back in the October 2022 balance patch for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Anyways, Tangle's problem is simply the fact that she has a mini boost that can be spammed, making it easy to get away from everyone, as well as making it easy to clutch boost. The solution to these problems is to add a 3-second cooldown on Tail Strike as well as removing pickups. The cooldown will affect all her item slots just like Surge's, but it will not go away if you hit someone. Since Tail Strike is weaker than Power Surge, her cooldown will be a little shorter. She doesn't need pickups for the same reason as Surge. She gets Tail Strike in both her projectile and trap slots. This will prevent mini boost spam as well as help other characters catch up to Tangle by making her vulnerable. In other fixes, I have that her upgrades for Tail Strike will now be damage increases like Power Surge. Next is Werehog. Werehog's problem is similar to the other mini boosters, but a little different. Dark Blast is a projectile that has a trail like Basha's in a Fearless Strike, but instead of slowing others down, it speeds up the Werehog that used it. It allows the Werehog to run away from his opponents. This speed up trail can also be stacked with his boost Pharaoh Dash, giving him a big boost of speed at once. The solution to this problem is to remove pickups from Dark Blast, reduce the speed buff he gets from the trail from Dark Blast, and also add a 3-second cooldown to Dark Blast. This will prevent him from running away so quickly and also make him more vulnerable. In other fixes, I have to make it so that Dark Blast and Pharaoh Dash are not stackable anymore. Up next is Infinite. Now Infinite is very weird. On one hand, he's got one of the best projectiles and one of the best traps in the game. On the other hand, his boost is complete garbage. So, what I'm doing is I'm making Deadly Replica to where that it can be slid underneath, because Replica is very annoying on max level, and I think being able to slide underneath it would make it so much better to deal with. especially when people spam it. Next up, Sir Percival, another mini booster. Her problem is similar to Tangle's, being mini boost spam making it easy to get away from everyone. Clutch boosting isn't as much of a problem with Percival though, because they already nerfed her boost. The solution to this problem is similar to Tangle's but a little different. Add a 3-second cooldown to Levantine Lunge, but Percival can keep her pickups since her mini boost is only in one slot. This cooldown will affect all her slots like Surges, but will be shorter since Levantine Lunge is weaker than Power Surge. This will prevent mini boost spam and help other characters catch up to Percival by making her vulnerable. Next we have Mephiles. Now he did recently get a nerf that got rid of the guaranteed pickups on Stalking Shade, and that is good, but Mephiles is still way too spammy. That's his only problem. The solution to this problem is to give Mephiles a 3-second cooldown on both Stalking Shade and Swarming Darkness. This cooldown will not affect the boost and shield slot, so he will still be able to boost and shield during the cooldown. This will hopefully help him stop spamming and make him much more tolerable to race against. Next we have Rusty Rose. Rusty Rose's problem is that Crossed Wires does a lot of damage, has a big hitbox, and has multiple pickups making it spammable. The solution to this problem is to heavily reduce the pickups, only leaving a chance of 2 on max level, and reduce the damage. This will make Crossed Wires less spammable as well as making it less devastating to get hit by. In other fixes I have to make Crossed Wires hitbox smaller, similar to Lava Bomb and Pyromine. Next we have Movie Knuckles and Mummy Knuckles together. Now, you may be thinking, well, Mummy Knuckles isn't overpowered, but he shares the same trap as Movie Knuckles, and it both has the same problem. Spear Trap has more range than a normal trap, making it easy to snipe people with. It also has instant hitboxes when the spears spawn. Even if they aren't raised yet, you can still get hit by them. The solution to this problem is to reduce the range of Spear Trap to be like a normal trap. This will help with sniping from the spears. In other fixes I have to fix the instant hitboxes of Spear Trap to be in sync with the spears raising. Next we have Treasure Hunter Knuckles. The problem with Treasure Hunter Knuckles is that Rocky Road hits hard and is hard to see, especially on dark tracks like Mystic Jungle and Emerald City. The solution to this problem is to reduce the damage of Rocky Road. This will help it not hit as hard and make it more fair. And in other fixes, I have to make Rocky Road more visible. Next up, Reaper Metal Sonic. And this is based on my personal opinion. I don't think that any auto mines like Dead End, Crossed Wire, Cyclone Charge, Bat Bomb should have more than a chance of 2. It makes the auto mine way too spammable. And the solution to this is just like Rusty, heavily reduce the pickups, only leaving a chance of 2 on max level. Next up, Elite Agent Rouge. Elite Agent Rouge has the same spam situation with her auto mine, but her auto mine's a bit different. Hers can be slid underneath, making it easier to avoid than other auto mines. So the solution to this one is a little bit different. I'm still heavily reducing the pickups, but there will still be a chance of 2 and a chance of 3, as a compensation for it being easier to dodge. Next up, Knuckles the Dread. Dread only has one problem, and that is that Broadside has a ton of range, making sniping easy as well as firing cannonballs backwards at the same time it spawns in every lane except the one of the Dread that used it. This makes him very annoying to race against, even at low level because he will just gatekeep with the cannons. The solution to Broadside is a little complicated. First, reduce the range of Broadside. This will keep him from gatekeeping from a long distance. But there's still one problem left, the cannonballs. The problem with them is that they have a lot of range and they fire at the same time that the cannon is spawned, making being close to the cannons almost a guaranteed hit. The solution is to rework the way the cannons work. Here's my idea. Clicking the button once will spawn the cannons, but you have to wait for the cannons to charge, similar to Bullet Punch or Jungle Run, then click the button again to fire the cannonballs. This will solve the cannonballs problem. Next we have Darkspine Sonic. The problem with Darkspine Sonic is that he plays the same on every level. The only upgrades he gets are damage increases. Speed Break is too good on low levels. It lasts long and is fast. The solution to this problem is to reduce the damage, speed, and duration, and then adjust the upgrades. His new upgrades for the boost will be, at level 2, he gets a damage increase, at level 8, he gets a speed increase, and at level 14, he gets a duration increase. This will make using Darkspine on low level harder and make the difference between the levels more noticeable. Next we have Tidal Wave and Tropical Storm. The problem with these characters is that they got buffed for no reason back in October 2022, making Wipeout a 3-lane attack at level 1. The solution to this problem is to undo the buff, making Wipeout a single lane projectile at level 1 and a 3-lane projectile at level 6, just like before the buff. Next we have Paladin Amy, another one of my personal opinion nerfs. I just personally don't like the Whirlwind Wallop spam. It does a lot of damage and does an AoE effect when it's launched. It also has pickups, making it spammable. So the solution to this is to remove the pickups from Whirlwind Wallop so that it can't be spammed as easily. Alright, so now we're moving into buffs. There isn't a whole lot that needs to be done buff-wise to the game. These are just a couple that I would personally like to see, and I'm not going to be going in depth as much as I was with the nerfs. So anyways, first we have Excalibur Sonic with King's Judgment. King's Judgment will now target 2 rivals on max level. For Blaze, we have a chance of 2 on Fire Whirl. For Tails 9, we have Energy Cannon getting its damage increased. For Chrono Silver, we have Cyclone getting its damage increased, as well as the clones running faster. For Cream and Spring Cream, we have Bunny Boost speed increased. And for Witch Rouge and Vampire Shadow, we have Draco-Lantern getting a chance of 2. So now we're moving on to the part of the video where I'm going to be talking about the effects. So first we have Nature Effect. Nature Effect lasts too long, especially on max level. So I'm reducing the global duration of Nature Effect, meaning that Nature Effect will have a shorter duration on all the items that have it. Then the next effect that I'm changing is Illusion Effect. This effect turns both item boxes and dash pads into spikes. So I'm making it so that Illusion Effect no longer turns dash pads into spikes. This will help it not be as devastating when you get hit by Infinite or Warlock Infinite. And the last effect I'm changing is Silence Effect. Silence Effect is also too long on max level, so I'm also reducing the global duration of Silence Effect, because that effect is very annoying to get hit by. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about how I would run the game in the future doing new characters, features, and events. For characters, I'd add more original characters and less skins. The special rarity is already like the biggest rarity in the game. We don't need more special characters. We can get a few, but we don't need like 20 new special characters every year. And then for new features, we need a kick button for party match, track select for party match, and bring back some of the old tracks so that we can have more of a variety. For events, a special character release event will last 12 days with a 5 to 40 drop rate. A special character recap will last 7 days with a 10 to 30 drop rate. A rapid recap will last anywhere between 4 and 10 days and have a 15 to 35 drop rate. A team versus team event involving special characters will last 7 days and have a 15 to 35 drop rate. A challenger character release event will be 12 days long and have a 25 to 50 drop rate. There will also be the Everyone versus Challenger bot in the Team versus tab for the first 7 days of the event. For Challenger character recaps, it'll be 7 days with 10 to 50 drop rate. And for Challenger character Team versus Team events, they'll also be 7 days and they'll have a 15 to 40 drop rate. Bonus missions will last the same amount of time as the event they are paired with. And that's how I would fix Sonic Forces Speed Battle. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this in the future, just let me know. I'll have to find a new topic to do them on. It's going to be a little while before I do another video about balance changes. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video.